stranded again. It's going to take about a month, he reckons, to get the parts down here. Good morning, we're just on an early ferry. We're going to catch the ferry from Valdez to Whittier. 5.5 hours ferry ride. Saves driving all the way back up around. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Look at these nice warm heaters up here. Look at all the waterfalls coming out of the rocks over there. We just arrived in the town of Whittier. Apparently there's only 200 people in the town, and they all live in that building over there. We're here, we're going down the car deck. I feel like we're stuck on the ferry. A bus bottomed out up there. They've got some ramps to try and get them out. This is the town of Whittier. This is the harbour here at Whittier, and a big cruise ship's in. So this was an old army barracks created after World War II. Within the structure, facilities were a hospital, 350-seat theatre, a 4-lane bowling alley, a jail, bakery, church, barbershop, library, radio and TV station, rifle range, photo lab, a huge cafeteria, all connected by wide stairwells and elevators.
So the massive building would house over 1,000 troops under one roof. With the outcome of the Cold War, the American Army decided that they needed more modern building to house the troops. So this building behind me was built. But in 1972, the citizens of Whittaker bought this building from the Army, and the majority of the 200 residents live in this building now.
So to get out of Whittier, you either got to catch a ferry, but we've just caught that, so we don't want to do that, or you got to take this big, long, scary, narrow tunnel. I'm a little bit nervous about it, because if you know me, I don't like tunnels. And it's a tunnel that's shared with trains. It's a one-way system, so it goes every hour, so we're just going to go and wait, I think. So we're at the tunnel. Wish I didn't know about this. We've got to wait till 2, which is like half an hour from now, or 40 minutes. But look at this is the mountain we're going through. While we waited, I got chatting to a woman in the queue. She slipped us her contact details, saying to call her if we ever found ourselves needing anything in Anchorage. But we had no idea just how crucial that contact would become. So this is actually a train comes through here as well. So it's cars, trucks, buses, trains. Someone told us it was going to be sunnier over this side, but it ain't. Well, that tunnel wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be, but then, you know, I just try not to think about the fact we're going through this really big mountain. Good morning, welcome to another day. We got turned around last night. We're on our way to Seward, but there was an accident, which is going to be a 3 to 4 hour delay. So we just come back and camped in this little campground forest car park. Big mountain up there. Cold and damp. So we're going to try and make it to Seward this morning. We forgot to fill up where we should, and now Mike's resorting to emergency supplies.
Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change.
So thankfully we're prepared for our trip up here. 15 extra litres we've got.
to make something right.
So many roadworks on this road in the Seward. Makes it very slow going. Uses extra petrol.
I was down, but things are looking up.
We're just in the town of Seward. This is our lunchtime spot. Bit of a miserable day. We'll probably spend the afternoon here anyway. Can't camp here overnight. Mike's just fixing our toilet because the fan stopped working. So there's a little place in town, Grant's Electrical. He sells everything. He had an old computer fan there, so Mike's trying to fix the toilet with that. Hopefully it works. Yeah, I'm just probably going to do some editing and maybe have an afternoon nap. And we'll go and have a look around the town a bit later. We'll show you that when we do that.
I feel as much as I know it should.
We're just looking for a freedom camping spot along here. They're usually not marked up or anything. You just got to go via the iOverlander map to try and figure out where they are. Yeah, so from the road you can barely see the spot. It looked like it was blocked off by rocks, but you can actually just get in.
Turn around, didn't ever think they could. I'm done with the bad, I need a little bit of good.
Welcome to our home for tonight. Look at this. Don't get much better than this. Tonight we're camping on this dried riverbed just outside of Seward. It's a gorgeous spot.
Gotta let me straight to you. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you.
Good morning. How's this for a place to wake up? I know I'm always saying that. Oh, what a beautiful spot. We might even come back here tonight. Exit Glacier's up the road. We're going to go have a look at that shortly. Oh, looks like it might rain again. So we're just taking a drive down to Exit Glacier. It's just a little bit further down the road. Years ago, it was right down here. So we're just in the Kenai Fords National Park. We're just taking a walk out to have a closer look at Exit Glacier that we saw from the car park back there. So this is pretty neat. This bunny, or it's a hare, he changes colour due to the season. So he's white to blend into the snow in winter, and then he's brown to blend into the land in the summer. How neat is that? It's very clever that he can do that.
So if I was standing here 100 years ago, up at the face of the glacier already. And if I stood here when I was born, which would be a feat in itself, standing when you're born, but this is where the face of the glacier would be, and still can't see it.
There it is, just there, getting closer. So there it is, the Exit Glacier, just up there. This is as far as we can go. It's closed up there because of sudden glacial floods. So you can just see these people up there. That looks like the glacial overlook up there. So we'll head back and maybe take a walk up to the glacial overlook. Now we're just walking up to an overlook from above. Well, it's not above the glacier, but it's just a different viewpoint. So we made it to here. This is as close you can get to the glacier without doing a massive hike, which is enough for us, about an hour. So in 1987, this structure was built and it had an unobstructed view of the glacier. We probably walked, I don't know, 20 minutes and we weren't even anywhere near the glacier. Freaky. So we've just been told there's a black bear up ahead. bus. I don't know what's going to happen here. Everyone stopped and waiting for it by the looks of it. I need to go to the toilet. That was before I knew about the bear. So there's a bear up here with a couple of cubs, and they're telling us we have to go around the long way. We can't walk past.
You guys, anybody who wants, it's about not quite a mile now, but we'll walk around. So if you need to get going.
So we're going back around the long way.
Anybody else who wants to come with us, come on with us and we'll show you the way.
We've got a couple of rangers here that said can't go that way. It's not safe to walk past a black bear and her cubs, so we've got to walk back around the long way. It's no big deal.
Let's hope she doesn't move her cubs around to the other path.
We're going to be going backwards and forwards all day. So we've come back to the same spot we're in last night, but someone has taken our spot, so we've had to come out onto the riverbed a bit more. As I walked around the back of the van, I noticed a fumey smell coming from Roger's bum. Mike inspected it. He found the source. The outside of the fuel tank was damp, slick with something we hoped it wouldn't be. But there was no mistaking it. We had a fuel leak. Stranded again. Poor Roger. He's got a fuel leak coming out of the fuel tank, so we brought it to the garage here. Earliest you can look at it is Saturday, and today it's Wednesday. And then if it needs any major repairs, it's going to take about a month, he reckons, to get the parts down here because we're in Wop Wop. So we're just trying to get a tow to Anchorage, which is 160 miles from here. So we'll see what happens. There's someone in Anchorage said he can help us, hopefully, if we can get it there. Probably just as well we didn't continue driving yesterday. We were going to continue on yesterday, and then I said, nah, let's just go stop for the night. And then I noticed the smell of fuel. So we rang roadside assistance. Thankfully we've got roadside assistance, and they said they'd have to send someone from Anchorage.
But that might not be till tomorrow morning, because it's by the time they towed us and got back to Anchorage, it'd be late.
Yeah, so there's a camping ground around the corner we're going to go camp at.
Right now it's all falling apart. Right now you don't know where to start.
So we just came to a camping ground around the corner, and we've just done our washing and our laundry, but we've noticed since the mechanic fiddled with it, it's leaking a lot more.
Just wonder whether we should actually be here.
I was actually just about to go and tell him about the leak, and then the tow truck company rang and says, oh, we're going to come get you in a couple of hours. So that was kind of good.
That's quite a surprise as well.
You know, they're not going to get here till about 8 p.m, and then we probably won't be at Anchorage until about midnight. So I went and told the camping ground guy, and he says, oh, that'll be fine, we'll just cover it with a bit of stuff. So we basically just need to now find somewhere to stay in Anchorage for the night.
Right now you're searching high and low. And right now you don't know where to go.
So here's where we're at. We've got the tow truck coming in about half an hour. We had to put our bikes in the back. It's going to tow us 2.5 hours to Anchorage. Hopefully our roadside assistance covers it. And we tried to book a hotel in Anchorage. They're all booked. I'm not sure about sleeping in this fumey van while it's leaking petrol. I don't know how safe that is. So we're really not sure what we're going to do. So come along on our
It'll be fun.
Our venture.
I'll get you through to the other side. Call on me.
So we're just waiting for the tow truck to come and tow us into Anchorage. No hotels, everything's booked out in Anchorage tonight. I don't know why. Anyway, funnily enough, the other day we were waiting for the Whittier Tunnel. This lovely lady, we got chatting to her, and she said, oh, if you ever get stuck in Anchorage, here's my number. That's weird. We're stuck and we've got her number. So we gave her a call, and she says, come and camp on my couch. So I think that's probably what we're going to do.
Like you lost the war. Call on me.
It took us about 3 hours to drive from Seward to Anchorage, as we had to go slower while towing. We dropped Roger off at the garage, then caught a taxi to Darcy's house. So we're just at Darcy's place. She's kindly invited us into her home because all the hotels in Alaska and Anchorage are full. This is Darcy.
And my house happens to be open tonight. At least it is for Mike and Joe. I didn't expect to have house guests tonight, but they called and said, hey, you know what? Guess what? Our van had a little problem. We need somewhere to stay. So they're so nice to call me and let me know that. So they're staying here tonight at our little house in Anchorage.
How awesome is that?
It's fun. It's really fun.
It is, and you get to meet new people.
Yeah.
And if you ever come to New Zealand, you've got somewhere to stay.
It's fantastic.
Lay your weary head and get some rest. Time in what's broken.
So they still haven't looked at our van. We dropped it in and they said they'd look at it first thing this morning, but now they've said they're gonna fit it in where they can, and they're fully booked till next week, late next week. I guess this is how it happens. Thankfully Darcy, who we're staying with, has lent us her car to use. Thank you so much, Darcy, for your generosity in helping out a couple of strangers from the other side of the world. So we're just gonna go to a cafe and get a coffee and do some editing. So I've just got word that our van is ready to pick up. So we're just going to go pick it up. It sounds like they did it pretty quick, so I hope they've done it correctly. I always worry about these things.
I'll get you through to the other side. Call on me.
Good morning, welcome to a nice sunny day in Anchorage, Alaska. We've got Roger fixed. He seems to be okay so far. And we're just going to go down and watch some aeroplanes. So come along, this is going to be really good. We're just at Point Warrenzoff in Anchorage and we're going to watch some planes take off. Very excited about this. Runway's just there. Big 747, looks like he's waiting to take off. Hope I'll be able to capture him. And over there, mountains and the sea. So the Dreamlifter's just about to take off. I'm so excited about this. We'll capture it. Got our van fixed yesterday. Mike tried to fill it up with fuel and it's still leaking. Our petrol leak was not fixed. We took it back to the garage and they reluctantly put it up on the hoist to have a look. They said it was leaking from a breather hose. So they arranged the breather hose so it was pointing up and said that would fix the problem. I had my doubts. We took it back to the service station and tried to fill up, but petrol still came pouring out. Mike had a look underneath and a hose to the filler tube had been disconnected and not reattached. So we took it back, tried to explain, oh, we can't see it for a few hours, they said. Mike says it's a simple fix, you don't have to put it up on the hoist. Give me a screwdriver, I'll do it myself. So they got the guy, the mechanic, to come out and do it for us. And it seems to have filled up okay now. It's really bad when you've got to tell mechanics how to do their job. But that wasn't the end of our fuel leak issues. Join us in the next episode where we continue our journey down to Homer Spit.